So what are the biggest challenges for an Italian wine producer coming into Florida market, in your opinion? What advice can you give them? If you can tell them like 5 important things that they need to know.
Be patient.
Yes.
Be patient. Don't be too ambitious, and come do your own homework. Show your face, because the enthusiasm of the owner is always unparalleled.
Correct.
And then what else would you add?
I would say, coming from a marketing background, it really starts with the 4 Ps. Your product, your price, your promotion, your placement. If you can't answer those 4 basic things and build your plan around it, then we need to get back to the drawing board.
Hello, Italian wine people. This is a bonus episode from Italian Wine Podcast. Stay tuned to discover more.
We're with 2 Italian wine ambassadors at large from this area. Introduce yourselves.
Stefano Campanini, wine ambassador since 2019, living here in Miami.
Daisy Penzo, Tuscany Wines Import, class of March 2025, New York.
Oh yeah, so that's you. Oh, so you did it in New York, actually.
Yes, I did.
You gotta come back.
To Verona.
Yeah, to Verona.
I tried in 2020. I was supposed to be class of 2020, and we had everything paid for, and then,
And
little
then
pandemic
COVID.
happened, so we had to all get our refunds. But
So-
it gave me a lot of time to study.
So Daisy, tell us what you do in terms of Italian wine.
Correct. So I am an importer of Italian wines predominantly, but I also teach Italian wines at the Florida Wine Academy.
And what are you teaching so far?
Italian Wine Essentials with Wine Scholar Guild. I teach WSET Level 1. And then I do wine seminars and wine trade shows and wine tastings. And
Okay, and Stefano, tell us, first of all, where are we?
We are at Wine by the Bay, which is my very unique, strange store.
Let me show them. Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
please,
you can
look
talk.
around. This is Wine by the Bay. This is my store here in the heart of Miami. And I used to be an art dealer before, so I kind of put together the 2 things, the 2 passion of wine and art. And I also sell. I am a wine retailer. And I do a lot of education right here on the table we are sitting around in this moment.
So how did you go from an art dealer to wine?
Well, first off, I think I was very lucky because my mom gave me a very nice palate. I was born and raised in Parma, ate plenty of Parmesan cheese and drank some Lambrusco growing up. And I didn't know, but she was really good and, cooking for me every day. And she gave me this beautiful, refined palate. So that was good. And then I was an art dealer. And then, I started seeing my clients starting to have a wine cellar around 2006, 2007. And when the big recession of 2008 and 2009 came over, I felt that I was, not in the right place, the right moment selling art. So I decided to keep the same clients, but sell them wine instead of selling them art, or both things at the same time. And then I became a good wine educator, and definitely, my ramp was Vinitaly Italian Wine Academy, because really gave me that very solid education and gave me the vocabulary and everything I needed to talk about my trade.
Okay. And Daisy, explain to us your business.
so right now, Tuscany Wines Import operates as an importer, but also as we evolve in the wine business, becoming sort of a brand ambassadorship company, a consulting company, a company that helps bridge the gap between going from Italy to the USA with a strategy plan, with a growth plan, with a, being able to speak about the grapes, because there's so many diverse, we have so many DOCs and DOCGs and autochthonous grapes that sometimes it doesn't just help to just sell it. You also have to educate people on it.
So, let's be honest, right? What are the biggest challenges for Italian wine producers entering into, let's say, Florida market?
We're extremely saturated. So when you're coming to Florida, you're not coming as the first of that particular varietal or DOC. So I think it's what we were just discussing, the bottleneck of actually coming. So the challenge is there are already players here. It's how we're going to differentiate through storytelling, through consumer events, through education, how we can create a winning strategy for you in a market that already has.
So I guess how many Italian wine importers are there? I mean, the significant ones. I guess they're in different tiers, like the big guys, one-man show, and then something in between.
Correct. And then there's also the ones that are importers/distributors too.
Okay, can you explain to our audience a little bit about that? What is the difference?
So we have the three-tier system. So in order for a winery to be sold in the United States, you have to come in through an importer. In some states, the importer can also be the distributors. That's who we sell to. In some states, there are monopolies, meaning there's no distributor. You sell directly into the state. And then that entity sells to licensed establishment, meaning wine bars, grocery stores, retailers, restaurants. And then that gets to the final consumer. It differs by state because once prohibition ended in the United States in the 1920s, every state was allowed to collect taxes in their own creative way. And so some states, there are certain advantages in operating in certain state versus others. The good about Florida, which could also be the Achilles heel, is that we can be importers and distributors. But Florida is very big. So actually getting out of the state from here, from Miami to just to reach the Georgia border is 9.5 hours. So
Right.
we're a very big state, and about 4 hours just to get to Key West. So imagine a mini Italy per se,
Okay. And what about you, Stefano? Like we're here. It's an interesting place. So you're a one-man show. You have not always been, but now you're a one person, right? Tell us how you operate selling Italian wine here in Miami.
That's a good question. I was able to differentiate myself. So I have a lot of these small producers, and I take advantage of my situation because if I find 3 cases of a particular wine, for me, it makes sense to have these 3 cases versus the large distribution that they need to buy by the container. And in this way, I've been able to educate a lot of people and to propose to a lot of people all these teeny tiny Italian great varietals of grapes that we have. So you can find at my store, from the Schioppettino to, name it, and everything that is difficult to find, I have it. And the thing that I don't believe I have is Pinot Grigio. There is so much out there that it doesn't make sense to bring it. All the different teeny tiny areas that are growing, the Nebbiolo / Chiave Nasca / Spanna, I have them covered, and I would really love to, make you discover a Favorita that is a favorite wine of mine versus a Pigato versus a Vermentino. So, for me it became a game of giving something to my clients. A lot of them, they simply come over and they say, look, I got money. Give me 24 bottles, you pick, you know what you get. I want more or less this, I want more or less this price point. Give me 24 bottles and out I am. This is my clientele. I've been very lucky. It took me a while to build it, but I'm having fun in what I do. It really gives me satisfaction when I see people coming back. I'm not in an area that
But you're selling to private clients, is that correct?
just to private clients, yes. I'm not allowed to sell to restaurants. So
So how do they find you?
a little bit of, first word of mouth, for sure, tasting, now whatever, social media, you ask, and, people looking for interesting wine. I have a lot of vintage wines. I just was contacted by a gentleman in Colorado who opened his business with his partners in 1981, and they were looking for a bottle of 1981, and they went onto Wine Searcher and they found me having a bottle of 1981. Hey, can you show me the photograph? Yeah, sure. I take the photograph of all the bottles I have to really show that I have them. And he bought the bottle, and that was it. Happy him, happy me, and happy everybody.
I think we're going to call Stefano the ambassador of diversity. God bless you for buying those 3 cases. We need you.
Thank you.
Listen, but I mean, let's just be honest. do you make more money doing art or wine at this point?
Art is different because art is such a long process of making a purchase, and it's definitely an important purchase. Art takes half the effort of adopting a child. You bring something to your home that you will see permanently for the next 10 years, 20 years, forever, and you have to sign a big check. I mean, check, you can compare it to, a school education of a child versus wine. I mean, wine, you laugh around it. And if out of the 24 bottles, unfortunately, there were a cork bottle, nothing happens, you are still best friends.
Right. So you were telling me we were driving from the Vinitaly then to your office here, and you were saying the business is slow now, right?
Yes, it is.
Tell us a little bit about that, why you think it's slow.
Well, there has been a lot of shake-up in the market, first because of the tariffs, the raise in price, and then definitely consumer sentiment went down a lot with the war against Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. That really was a big component that I felt it. I think that everybody felt it. Lately, we have the World Championship of Soccer Football that also is...
How does that affect wine sales? I reckon, when there's festivities, people should be reaching for another glass of wine, right? Or a beer, I guess, more, right?
A lot of beer, but a lot of time spent in sports bar, eating chicken wings and drinking beer. But not much of the good wine,
Well, hopefully where Argentina's win today, they'll be drinking some more wine. Just not Italian, unfortunately.
Yeah, Malbec.
Malbec, well, I don't drink Malbec. I have one bottle of Malbec at the store. That's it. That's what I have. So that has slowed down. We also have to be very careful with the increase of prices that we are having. The wine producers, generally speaking, are increasing their prices. They need to be careful not to price them out because with that 10% that they add every year, together with the exchange euro dollar that is not playing in our favor, definitely increased the price a lot.
And Daisy, what are the biggest challenges that you face today trying to... I mean, your wine importing company is called Tuscany Imports, right? So is it mostly Tuscan wines, or why is it called Tuscan Imports?
So the reason it's called Tuscany Wines Import, it's a legacy project. That was my dad's original company, and wanted to pay tribute to that. This is the reason I am in the wine business, is because of him. And so I wanted to pay tribute to that. However, as I started to dabble in creating my own book, creating my own art gallery of wines, from Sicily to Campania to Veneto to, smaller regions. I find that, the name can be constricting, and that's why we're probably going to be evolving into something new. Can't just quite reveal it yet.
Okay.
Great expectations.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So what are the biggest challenges for an Italian wine producer coming into Florida market, in your opinion? What advice can you give them? If you can tell them 5 important things that they need to know.
Be patient.
Yes.
Be patient. Don't be too ambitious, and come do your own homework. Show your face, because the enthusiasm of the owner is always unparalleled.
Correct.
And then what else would you add?
I would say, coming from a marketing background, it really starts with the 4 Ps. Your product, your price, your promotion, your placement. If you can't answer those 4 basic things and build your plan around it, then we need to get back to the drawing board. Because if one of those things does not work, the price is too high. Are you a on-premise or off-premise brand? Where do you see yourself? How we're going to promote your brand within the 3-tier system. So it's not just promoting to the final consumer, it's promoting within the distributor network that you could be belonging into, whether you are in one of the big 3s, a medium tier or one-man show. Everything is tailored to that. And I think that's one of the things that I want to focus on in the future is rather how to bridge that gap, how to create that plan so that when you are making your investment and we are here, we make the most use of it. You know, how do we reach you, Stefano, or how do we reach a restaurant, or how do we reach a chain, you know?
And what are some of the trends that you've seen in terms of wine consumption? Like, what are the popular requests?
I might be a strange store, but I think that a lot of people are interested in expanding their vision and their palate. And at least people in here come with a lot of curiosity, which is really something very nice. And I think that in the long run is going to give a great advantage to Italian wines, you know, and a lot more people willing to discover and to taste something new. And we can do it, definitely. We have enough, you know. Early this morning, we were tasting a fantastic sparkling Ribolla Gialla that, everyone should have them in their own medicine cabinet.
In medicine cabinet?
Yeah, indeed.
What is the demographics of your clients, customers?
They start at around 28.
Oh, so they're young.
They're young, and then they go up. And I think that they really, you know, the ceiling is most of the time around early 60s.
Okay.
And buyers are younger too. So dealing with Psalms, definitely younger demographic. And I think they are the more exciting palettes to showcase wines to because they're open to it. They are, you know, Brunellos, Amaronis, Barolos, those will always exist, but they're looking for the next exciting thing to pair with their menu. I had a fantastic meeting with my Sicilian producer last week, and I had them try a grillo. And I can see the chef, his wheels were turning. He goes to the back, he grabs this plate, and he's like creating the dish for this grillo riserva that he had just tasted, or this unfortified marsala, extremely unique. I have those 3 cases available.
Good.
But you can see that they are excited about creating and trying something new. And it was not an Italian restaurant. I was actually in a Japanese-inspired Michelin mentioned place. So I also think sometimes what happens is they think Italian wine only goes with Italian food. We are a peninsula that sits on the Mediterranean, influenced by hundreds of thousands of years of civilization. So why not pair with seafood? Why not go with Mediterranean? Why not the couscous of the world? You know, we are so diverse as a country and regions that we can't just say we are for Italian restaurants. We are for every restaurant. All our wines are so gastronomic, so diverse. The flavor composition that I think sometimes we get stuck in our own, that we need to be more open to selling and going and promoting and pitching our wines to other places.
All right, so before we close, tell me your top wine bars or Italian, not Italian necessarily, restaurants. We just said that. Any restaurants in Miami area with the best Italian wine list. Daisy, go.
Well, I will have to give it, it's going to be Italian, and it's going to be in my Fort Lauderdale area, but Pasta and in Margate, Florida.
Oh, he said that in the co-op.
I tell you, that's the best place ever. Pasta and.
Gianmarco and his dad Luigi have really created an institution for Italian wines. They just got their 2-glass wine spectator. I'm a really big fan and supporter of them.
Who else?
Who else? Go. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
I need
One
to.
each.
You took the
The best one.
The best one by far.
Okay, pasta and.
Pasta and is good. You know, zucca is good as well.
What?
Zucca in
Zucca.
Coral Gables is good. Sergio's created a very good program. He's very serious. The food is good. Yes. So that that would be my plan B.
Okay. Who
On
else?
Monday.
Wait, let's take turns. Daisy, another one.
Again, I am in Fort Lauderdale, so I don't come down to Miami as often, but Toccato in Fort Lauderdale, love the Somm, love that he tries different wines, has Italian wines on the menu, again, to pair with like Japanese, Korean inspired food. I think that should definitely be on the list.
Okay.
There's so many good ones.
Italian or not Italian? No, one of my favorite, and
not Italian.
Okay, an Italian, I
With
go
Italian
Italian wine list. That's the
Correct.
most important thing.
Italian wine list. Who has a good Italian wine list? Because I bring my own.
How do we not mention Casa Tua?
Oh yeah, so no,
You
no, but I don't go there very
Casa Tua,
often.
Filippo,
Yeah,
amazing.
Filippo is good.
That is a wine list where you will not have Pinot Grigio on the list.
That's true. Yeah, Casa Tua is good. Yeah.
You guys are so anti Pinot Grigio.
We happen to drink it before.
Okay. Are you guys done? Because then I'm going to close.
I mean,
no
if
more
you-
suggestions?
Pizza o Mugnacello, one as best pizza maker in the world.
That's right around the corner from
It's
you,
right
right?
around the corner. I go there often, and it's a great pizza. And I take there many people, Italian people, they say this pizza as good as the one in Italy or better.
What kind of style of pizza is
Oh,
it?
Neapolitans.
Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta be good.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you in Vinitaly, New York.
Yes.
It's gonna be fantastic. Super
Gonna be a good
excited.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
Ciao,
see us.
ragazzi.
Ciao.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, cin cin.